What's up, guys? This is Showtime's Fight Phone, where we talk all things fights. I'm your boy, Josh Showtime. You already know what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Follow me on all social medias at Papa Showtime or Josh Showtime, whichever one you find first. Now, today, man, we got some boxing to talk about. I'm excited because I love boxing. Obviously, I'm doing the fight stuff, so I love all things fights. However, the former pound-for-pound king on the line right now. All right, we're gonna talk about it in a second, but first, let me talk about what happened last weekend. All right, so there was a celebrity boxing match that honestly nobody cared about, nobody thought about, and honestly I forgot it even existed because it got pushed back, but it is what it is, which was the two best running backs of the 2010s fought, and that is Adrian Peterson fighting Le'Veon Bell. Now here's the thing. I was interested in seeing Le'Veon Bell fight specifically because I remember after the Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul fight, he basically was like, both these dudes suck. Why don't y'all put somebody in there know what he's doing? Which made me say, okay, well, how about you fight? So then he decided he wanted to after retiring. And I'm like, all right, well, let's see how this goes. One thing about Le'Veon Bell as a football player, we know he's one of the most patient runners I've ever seen in my life. And he was very smooth, knew how to wait for the hole to open up and then go straight through. So I was like, okay, let's see how this transfers into his boxing. I didn't watch it. They was charging $30 and he wasn't even the main act. And then Swaggy P was on that card. And I'm like, yo, like Triller, whoever it was, Fight TV, whoever's paying, like, bro, know your audience. I know y'all ain't selling nothing. Who was paying $30? $30 American dollars to watch a Le'Veon Bell Adrian Peterson fight, to watch Swaggy P fight somebody we never heard of. $30? Sorry, bro. Nah. Like, I'm not even doing it with Jake Paul. And the only reason why I'm doing it with this next fight with Jake Paul is because Anderson Silva, and you already know Anderson Silva's Anderson Silva. But $30 for nobody? Come on, bro. Get out of here. Y'all tripping hard. And they said there was only like 200 people there. But all that to say, the fight, I don't know if it was bad or good. I just know that knockout was hilarious. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you can play football, but you can't play boxing. Respect to both these dudes out there for even going out there and putting themselves out there, because rappers wouldn't do it. There's plenty of actors and a lot of people, these tough guys that want to pretend that they're tough but won't go out there and actually throw these hands. So respect to both of them. Le'Veon caught him with a good shot. I mean, we'll see if he tries to do another bout. Once again, who knows? Maybe he will get a Jake Paul fight, because I'm pretty sure he's not too much bigger than him. If he is even bigger. Well, I'm pretty sure he's bigger than Jake Paul, but I'm pretty sure he's not that much bigger. Le'Veon isn't a humongous dude. So, we'll see. But, very funny knockout. Crazy. Wow. It's very interesting to see Adrian Peterson, get knocked out because, he's an all-American tough guy. I saw some very trash things on the internet basically saying he's going to go home and beat his kid, which messed up. It's funny, but it's messed up. When I seen him throw them fish. All right, let's go back into this regular conversation. Let's talk about the real fights, all right, which is Canelo versus Triple G. All right, this is the trilogy that should have probably been made years ago. However, it's being made now, and it is what it is. You got to make it, for the casuals, and it's gonna be a big money fight, big cash cow. First, I want to pick a bone with DAZN. I am a DAZN subscriber, and I'm pissed. Why am I paying $70? The same thing with the Bilal fight. Why am I paying $70? I already paid $100 a year. Like, what is the purpose of this? It's like you're trying to lose customers. So, you're already on thin ice, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm about the actual people. Now, we already know this is one of the most controversial trilogies I think that's existed, where everybody thinks Canelo lost twice. I'm one of the few people that disagree. I might be dropping this week as well a score for each for both of the fights, to one, make sure that I still feel the way I felt the last time I seen them. I seen both fights last year. I thought the same thoughts I had before, which was Canelo won the second, and that Triple G won the first, but a draw is not out the question because there were some split rounds in there. But yeah, I definitely don't believe Triple G won both. I think that you're ludicrous and crazy, and I think you're just honestly a homer. You just hate Canelo. Canelo won the second fight. I'm very sure about that. I honestly think thought he won by like 2 rounds minimum. So yeah. Anyways, since then though, they both have kind of deviate from each other, and they've had their own separate careers. Now, Triple G hasn't been that busy. Let's just keep it as that. Triple G has fought, 4 more fights since the Canelo fight? I think he's fought 4 more times. He hasn't lost. Even though I personally believe not his next fight, but the bout after that, which was against Sergi, I believe that he lost that fight. I thought they gifted him it, but it is what it is. He won, and let's keep it pushing. But he's looked okay after the Canelo fight. He hasn't looked spectacular. He doesn't look like he's getting better. He's honestly, if anything, getting worse. He's what, 41 years old? Unfortunately, it's, you know, Mother Nature's, I mean, Father Time is always undefeated, so we'll see how that affects him towards this next fight, which is obviously against the guy who used to be pound for pound, and then we'll talk about Canelo. Canelo has not lost outside of his last fight, of course, since Floyd Mayweather. And that was almost 10 years ago. So this year was his first time losing since 2013. That's 9 years. And I mean, granted, there's plenty of people who thought he lost a couple fights in between. Some people thought he lost against Lara. A lot of people think he lost against Canelo. I mean, not Canelo. Triple G, the first and the second. So I mean, and he had definitely lost the fight versus Bivol. Like, you could be the biggest homer, and you know he lost. But yet and still, we've seen a lot of growth, a lot of skill develop since that first fight. I mean, yeah, since that first fight between him and Triple G, you saw a lot of growth. That second fight, there was a whole nother Canelo that came in. The one thing I love about Canelo, and this is a major factor in my opinion, is when he has tough fights, you do see him improve. That's not to sit here and say his weaknesses are still not his weaknesses, which is combination punches with great feet, they still give him trouble. However, you have seen him get better after a disappointing showing. Like after Floyd, he went on a tear and he started looking good, man. He started boxing people up really, and then started really working on his head movement, his defense, and it worked out well. After the Lara fight, man, he improved, man. He looked really good. Started fighting Danny Jacobs, started fighting other guys. He started fighting really, really well again. Now the Triple G fight, the first fight where people thought he lost, and I personally was like, okay, he lost. The second fight, he completely changed his game plan and he looked really good. The jabs wasn't affecting him nowhere near as much. You could tell he wasn't as afraid of the power as he was in the first fight. He was a lot more aggressive, started throwing a lot more power shots, and I definitely thought he won the second fight. But even after that, he's been on a tear. I mean, he bumped up to super middleweight, became undisputed champ within a year, and then obviously he had then he also won a light heavyweight championship as well. So, you know, got a little too greedy and went against Bivol, who was a real tough, and very well could be a pound for pound tough fighter as well at light heavyweight, and he lost. But it is what it is. When you fight the best of the best and you challenge yourself and you go against these dogs, you're bound to come up short eventually. I'm sorry, man. There's just too many good fighters in this world for you to constantly keep going against the best, and think you're gonna win every single time. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Floyd didn't do that. I'm sorry, he didn't. He didn't fight the best of the best at their best. It just didn't happen. And also, he wasn't nowhere near as active. Floyd fought twice a year. Once he got past 30, man, he was fighting once or twice a year. Then he'll retire, and then he'll come back, fight once or twice a year. Canelo's fighting 4 times a year. We gotta remember Canelo's already fought this year. And he's probably gonna try to fight again at the end of the year. Who knows? It's Canelo. He's a madman. So I do expect him to be a lot better. He's already, I think he's gonna be fluid into his camp. He's warmed up. He's ready and gearing. He knows how Triple G fights. Triple G once again hasn't gotten better, and I'm not saying he's gotten worse, even though he has. But he's nowhere near to the ascend that Canelo has been on. Now, it's a grudge match. Obviously, Triple G, has a little ill will towards Canelo because he thought he won. And at the end of the day, that's the only fight he's ever lost. That's the only L on his record. And Canelo, I know he wants this fight just because he's tired of everybody saying he lost that fight, and he know he won. So it's a lot of issues that's going to be about the fight. And I can't wait to see it. However, it does suck because Canelo's 33. Triple G's 41, 42. It's a big age gap. One's past his prime, one is in his prime. And it should go the way that everybody expects it, which will be Canelo's gonna beat the hell out of this guy. I do think that Triple G will start off strong, and that jab is still excellent. That chin is still excellent. However, Canelo is going to work that body, man. If there's one weakness to Triple G's game, it is his body. And I do believe Canelo is going to eat that body up. I think it's gonna be a very fun couple of rounds. But then I think Canelo's gonna start picking him apart a little bit more, start landing a lot of body shots that will hurt him. And I do think he will get a stoppage today. I mean, not today, but this weekend. Now, people are going to sit here and say, what, blah, 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 that's crazy. Triple G is this, that. Yes, Triple G is phenomenal. However, he is old, he's past his prime, and Canelo is in his prime, and I'm taking Canelo in his prime. First washed, Triple G any day of the week, and it's gonna be a very brutal battle, man. This guy's been knocking out light heavy. This guy knocked out a light heavyweight. This guy's been knocking out super middleweights. So I mean, and once again, and we know Triple G has a better chin than a lot of these guys. But still, age catches up, and you can only take so many punches. Jake LaMotta never got finished by Sugar Ray Robinson. They fought 5 times. The 4 times didn't finish him, but it took that one time, that last time they fought, and not Triple G, Sugar Ray Robinson beat him so bad. He didn't even drop Jake LaMotta. That's the thing. That's how tough Jake LaMotta was. Never dropped him. But the fight was still a TKO because he just got beat for 15 rounds, and it was so disgustingly bad that they was like, bro, you need to go down. This is getting dangerous. Well, it's been dangerous. This is getting deadly. You need to stop. And they called the fight. I do think, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be exactly like that. I don't think he's gonna beat the hell out of him like that, but I do think he's gonna catch him with some very hard shots that's gonna eventually get him out the way. So I'm excited. I do think it's going to be a good fight. This wasn't the fight that I expected or necessarily wanted at this point in time. I do want Canelo to, start fighting these other guys that are in their prime, which is the Charlos, which is the Benavidez, and fights like that. But we will see afterwards and see what he does with his time and his money. Who knows? He might fight Bivol next. But we will see. It's all up to Canelo. He's still a top 5, top 10 pound for pound fighter. And we will see what happens with him next. But as always, man, I want to hear what you guys think. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you just comment. Send me a DM or 2. And, let's just keep this thing going. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. We've been growing our following. And it's all love. And I just appreciate y'all. As always, man, make sure y'all stay blessed.